Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Bahrain Now. With me, your host, Bara Abdallah, as we showcase all the latest talents, initiatives, and happenings Bahrain has to offer. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight in the studio we have Hindi Alewat from Adora Training Center. Adora Training Center is the first center in Bahrain to offer international certification in beauty therapy and wellness. In Adora, your passion can be turned into a successful career. So, good evening, Hind. How are you?
Hi, good evening. I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. So, I am very interested in the whole concept behind this. So tell us more about the Adora Training Center.
Sure. So Adora is the first training center of its kind in Bahrain. We offer international certificates in beauty therapy, makeup artistry, and more in the field of beauty. What makes Adora special is that we offer internationally valid certificates. So our certificates are globally recognized as well as recognized in Bahrain, of course. And prior to Adora, we did not have anything like this before in Bahrain.
I never heard of it yet. Totally, totally. So what made you think of it? What made you go say, you know what, this is going to be it?
Okay. Well, I guess a bit of a background about myself. I am an internationally licensed esthetician, which means that I specialize in treating the skin. I worked in medical settings, in dermatology clinics. I'm also a licensed aesthetic laser technician.
Wow.
So I can do laser hair removal, laser aesthetic treatments, and so on.
Okay.
And I was really interested in getting into this field, but there was nothing like this in our region. So I had to travel abroad to be able to study this. So
wow.
I ended up moving to the US and I did my studies there. And I loved it. And my mom, she came to visit, and she also kind of did a tour of the institute I was studying at. And her and I, we just had this idea, we need to bring this to Bahrain because,
wow.
You know, the beauty industry is booming. All the women are going to salons and spas. I mean, they always used to, but it's even more now.
Right.
And basically, this is a whole new field for women to get into. And it's a female-dominated industry. So why not give these women the opportunity to basically get the right certification and licenses and just basically get out there into the beauty industry.
That is very interesting, you know. The thing is, we know there are salons and everybody goes there, you know, for beauty care, but we never thought of people over there, the specialist who works on the artistry of makeup. It's are they self-taught? If they're gonna learn how to put a makeup, is it from some friends? Do you watch YouTube videos? But to see what you're doing right now, you're giving a structure for the whole industry. So, I mean, how was the reception so far for the training center?
I mean, it's been great. We offer so many courses. I mean, it's not just makeup, although a lot of people think that beauty is just makeup and hair.
Right.
So basically, we do have makeup courses, and what's important, especially in the beauty industry, and this is something people forget a lot, is that it's all about hygiene, it's all about safety. At the end of the day, you are messing with people's skin, you're messing with people's hair, and you are getting close to people. You're using tools that you've used on other clients prior to this client.
Right.
And so there's a lot of science that we teach. There's a lot of hygiene, infection control that goes into it. And I mean, now with COVID-19, everybody's noticing when you go to the barber or the salon, they're all wearing masks and face shields and stuff. There's the standards for hygiene have increased a lot. And at Adora, one of our main certifications that we offer is a diploma in beauty therapy, which includes facial treatments, everything from how to treat the skin with products to how to treat the skin using certain machines. So the reception has been amazing. We currently have graduated over 100 students in our for our makeup artistry course, but we also offer other courses. And the thing that people really don't know or they're not informed about as much is that beauty has a lot of science in it. I mean, we teach our students everything from cosmetic chemistry to biology. They have to learn all the muscles in the body. They have
muscles. Wow.
Everything. Actually, science is probably the most dominant subject in most of our courses.
Okay.
So they have to learn all the sciences that are related to beauty, specifically the skin. All your body's internal systems, they work together.
Wow.
And your skin is actually your largest organ in your body. So you need to take care of it. It's the first line of defense against viruses and diseases. It's literally the wall that protects you.
First line of defense.
Yeah.
So true. I mean, with the female friends that, they get into makeup a lot, and then they tell me stories about some of the makeup artists. They earn some earn like few tens, but it goes up to thousands.
Yeah.
For wedding makeups.
Wedding makeup, yeah. Bridal makeup is a big market. So makeup artists make a lot of money. In general, the beauty industry in the GCC alone is worth billions.
Billions.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that it's a good opportunity for women to take advantage of this industry. This is where women thrive. We love this stuff. All of us, we all go to salons, we all go to dermatology clinics.
Right.
We all get our hair done, we get our nails done,
Yeah.
we get facials, we get our makeup done. And there's so many women that are passionate about this stuff, and they're not aware that they could actually turn this into a career by studying these international certifications. It's kind of like a passport for them to work wherever they want in the world.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, I'm sure even some guys right now, billions, you say, I'll consider.
Yeah.
Makeup for, okay, stop right there. But so now with the classes you're offering right now, the facilities, so I'm assuming you have like workshops and classes happening in Adora Training Center.
Yeah.
So run me through, like, let's say one example for a class. So I'm there, it's not like your conventional desk and I'm listening to somebody giving me words. You actually do an actual practice.
Yeah.
So tell me about that if you don't mind.
Sure. So our courses are structured in a way that's not exactly very academic. It's not like a college or university, for example. So these are vocational training centers, or they basically teach you how to be a professional. And what that means is we have theoretical classes, so lectures, presentations, discussions, and so on, where we teach them the theoretical portions, where they learn about, biology, chemistry, cosmetic chemistry, dermatology, skin diseases. And then we have our practical classes, and that's where they basically implement everything they learned in the theory classes.
Okay.
And they work on real models, or they sometimes practice on each other, just so that once they graduate, they already have that experience. They're already professionals, they already know how to deal with clients. And so that's kind of how our course is structured. So it's theoretical subjects and then practical subjects where you get to implement everything you learn theoretically in like almost real life situations.
I find this fascinating, very interesting, to be honest, because we don't get to hear this every day. So now the training center is, I would say, known right now for the international certifications, right? But let's say my mom, my sister, they have those artistic, maybe makeup talent that they got with few limitations to their skills. Let's say they just want to improve their skills a little bit. They don't want to take a diploma. They just want to get more like a technique for their makeup. Do you give small or short-term workshops?
Absolutely. So we have two types of courses. We have our long-term or full-time certificates and diplomas. Those go on for 15 months. They're full-time.
Wow.
And we also have our short courses. So we do have short courses in makeup artistry, in nail technology. We also have short courses in hair removal and marketing and the beauty marketing and the business side of the industry. So those are much shorter courses, and those are actually the ones that are really high in demand.
That is very interesting. I mean, again, that's fascinating. I mean, you don't get to hear this a lot, and there is an amazing market. I think it's a very practical thing what you did there. So bless you for doing that. I mean, I'm enjoying you. I'm just wondering, you're actually enjoying this?
Yes, I love it. Absolutely. I'm currently the vice principal of Adora, and I also am head of trainers. I generally love to work with people, and you know, most of my work experience was in a dermatology clinic, in a clinical setting where I had patients, whereas now I have students, and it's right? Lovely. It's different, but it's lovely. It's very rewarding, especially when you see the knowledge that is passed down to your students. I just think it's amazing.
I can totally see you having your own TV show one day. You know, out there, you know, with the fashion, with the makeup artistry, and giving tutorials, stuff like that. Have you ever considered one day?
Oh gosh, I don't know actually. Maybe. I don't think I even have the time to think of such things.
Wow. Well, maybe one day on Bahrain TV, Beauty with Hind coming up next, right?
Sure, why not?
All right, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It has been a very much of an eye-opener. So, what's the future plans? Any teasers, or are you going to keep it up for later?
We do have some future plans. We do have big things happening.
Okay.
I'm not at liberty to disclose right now. However, we do have openings for registration for our new batches. Our new batch for the diploma in beauty therapy and skincare starts next month, and the registration is still open. We also have makeup courses that are on a cycle every month. On a monthly basis, we start a new batch. Those are our short courses. So registration is always open, and yeah, just if you are interested, or anyone watching is interested in beauty and making this a career when it used to be a hobby, then Adora is the perfect place for you. I think that Adora is a lovely learning environment. We have amazing teachers. So the facility is beautiful. We're located in Bahrain Bay, and we've got 360 views of the sea and Bahrain Bay, and it's beautiful. Gorgeous. So I think a message I would give out to any woman who's considering entering the field of beauty is that it doesn't need to just be a hobby. It can turn into a career, and when your hobby is your career, then you'll never really have to work a day in your life, right?
Exactly. So, you know, as you were talking, I was thinking right now, I think men as well should take some classes, as the theory part, so they get to appreciate their wives' makeup and how much time they spend putting makeup. And it's like, oh, you're making me late, but then when you go to a class and get to see, oh my, all of that for me, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
like you know, for all the husbands, it's beautiful.
I mean, it is an art at the end of the day, just like all other forms of art. Makeup is artistry. So you're just painting your face instead of a canvas.
I'm enjoying right now, as behind the scenes right now. It's like not only for you, sometimes for ourselves. Love that. Love that. Well, and this has been a beautiful talk, to be honest. I mean, it's an eye opener, and it shows like a beautiful opportunity for a lot of people who wants to get into the aesthetics, the makeup artistry, and more than that. So any last words to your viewers?
Yeah, so like I mentioned previously, registration is open. You can contact us or find us on Instagram at Adora Training, and you'll find all our details there. There's also a link in the bio, so you can register straight away for any course that you're interested in. So.
Very, very amazing. Thank you so much for being with us here on Bahrain Now.
Thank you.
Much
Thank you for having me.
Definitely a pleasure. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, Adora Training Center, presenting to you and offering international certifications. All that took place in an interview right here on Bahrain Now. Our next guest is a local-based inspiration that has left her mark as a poet and writer by winning the prestigious Independence Day Literary Award 2021 by Motivation Strips. We have the winner herself and the author of her own book, Gallery de Heart, Miss Nivedita Roy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We are so pleased to have you with us here on Bahrain Now. So there's a lot going on. You're a teacher, you're a writer, you're a poet. So tell us more about what's going on in your life.
First of all, I would like to say thank you so much, Bara Abdullah and Bahrain TV for inviting me. It's an honor, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure's all ours.
And in my life, yes, as you know, from the last 1.5 years, Corona has taken a lot of its toll. So teachers are under pressure. We are working hard, but we love our students, so we are going on. In between all this, I found solace and peace in something that I call my passion, that's writing. And so I'm trying to balance my profession as in teaching and my passion, writing poems.
Beautiful. So what do you teach?
I teach English language to elementary children.
Amazing, amazing. So now you found your passion as a writer in poetry, and you wrote your own book, The Gallery de Heart. Tell us more about your book.
That's my book.
All right.
And very honestly, I would like to tell you, this book came into being within 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
And I want to add here that I have taken writing seriously only since 1.5 years.
Okay.
And this is my first book. It's a collection of 35 poems.
Okay.
And each one has something to do with some emotional value to it.
All right.
I would say emotional, like, you know, women are emotional beings. So this is how it is. And it was released on 15 December 2020.
Oh, wow. So you discovered your passion just recently. You wrote this book in 6 months, 1.5 years, you mastered that skill and craft of writing. But all your life, I'm sure you've been writing a little bit here, a little bit there, but then you took it seriously just 1 year ago.
True.
So what made you take that step?
Okay, this is going to be a little sad if I get emotional, forgive me.
That's okay.
Yes, you're so right that I had been scribbling, as I call it, here and there and never took it seriously because of being a teacher, a mother, a wife, and there are duties. So in the last around 10 years, you can say, I lost my brother, who was younger to me, and my father. So, you know, there's that pain. It kills. So what made it easy to go was just talk about them, write about them to myself. And gradually, I started touching other subjects. And that's how the journey began.
Wow, wow. 35, all that read in one book. Can you read us one of your poems?
Oh, sure. It
Okay.
would be my pleasure.
All right.
It would be my pleasure. So this poem that I chose for Bahrain TV
Okay.
is
Specifically for us.
for you.
Okay, let's go.
So what's my poetry?
You're asking me? Or
No,
a
that's my title.
Okay, all right.
That's my title. My poetry is the sound of my life. The sound that spells out the moments of love and strife. The decibels that sing of the highs and lows. The rhythm that goes fast and slow.
Okay.
The soulful renditions of the elations I felt. The melancholic tune of the setbacks that made me melt, which I just mentioned to you. The ragas that brought a swing to my undeviating ways. The rapture of the rock piercing the usual calm of some days. The pieces that replenished the incomplete pictures. The rap that amplified the flight of captures. It's a lyric that I now write on paper.
What is your poetry? Love that. Love that.
Thank you.
All right, that was beautiful. I love the structure of it. You know, it ends and it rhymes, but it had a meaning at the same time. Is there like a name for a structure like this when it comes to poetry, or it's just with the flow and the rhythm?
For me, it's just flow and the rhythm.
Okay.
Whatever comes to my heart, I just scribble. That's why I call them scribbles. I don't call it poetry.
Well, that was beautifully written, you know, and it was clear, it was articulated. At the same time, it was well communicated. So that was beautiful, definitely. Tell us about your prize. You know, you got awarded.
Yes, I got awarded. That is, first I would like to thank the Almighty. It is a blessing, and especially a blessing because I am the only one representing Bahrain in 440 poets across the world.
That is a big number.
And I felt so proud, and you know, when you live in Bahrain, you just love the country. And I love it even more because I got this opportunity to represent Bahrain across the globe. So they have selected 440 people, 40 poets across the world. As an Indian representing a country that I live and love, just adds to it. You know, as we say, the cherry on the icing.
Okay.
So, and this award has been given to me for, as they have put it on my certificates, for literary contribution of a good level. So it's just humbling, it's encouraging. So I would like to thank the founder of Motivational Strips and also the Gujarat Sahitya Academy and their chairman, Mr. Vishnu, for choosing me to be one of those. So I would just say it's humbling.
Wow, I can feel it in your voice. You know, you're so grateful for it. And the gratitude is definitely right there, feeling the energy. So you're teaching English.
I teach
You
English.
won the award. You have the book. You wrote it, and you know, you read for us one of your poems on TV. So that's a lot of fun going on there. So what's your future plan? Do you want to do more writing, or do you feel like that's it? You checked some of the boxes, or there's more coming up?
There's more coming up. Oh, can I reveal my surprise here?
If you want to, it's up to you, or you want to keep it as a teaser,
Oh.
you know.
No, I would love to share it. You
Okay.
all have been so kind to invite me here. It is a very important moment in my life. That next book of mine is Hindi
Oh, wow.
Hindi
Okay.
poetry collection, and I am putting 51 poems there.
51.
Poems.
Okay.
So that's my, and as I mentioned, my poem book, this one was dedicated to my father. The other one is even named after him. So it's a dedication to my father, and it's my contribution. And as you say, the more you use the talent that Allah gave you, that's how you say thank you to him. So that's my way.
Can we know the title of the book in Hindi?
It's called Komal Ehsas. So Komal means gentle.
Okay.
That was my father's name, a
Okay.
gentle, soft person. Ehsas is how you feel, your perceptions, what's your feeling.
Ehsas. Wow.
Ehsas.
Right.
So that's the title of my poem.
Now, I just thought of a question right now, which is, we understand the English poetry, but when it comes to a Hindi poetry, is the structure different? Is the culture different? Is it too different from what we hear in English? Like, for example, when it comes to Arabic poetry, there is a huge difference, the structure and all of that. I'm just interested to know, when it comes to Hindi, are words presented in a different way? Is it more colorful, more expressive to you?
Yes, because it's my mother tongue.
Right.
Yes, though the basic points remain the same. You have a figure of speech, you will have some describing words, you will have a structure of a poetry, whether it is a free verse or a rhyming one.
Right.
Or would you want it to be like, they have started so many new things called a sino, which has syllables. No, in Hindi are similar things, but of course the expression becomes more beautiful because there are a lot of Urdu words that I use, which is very
Okay.
close to Persian, which is Arabic words also. And yes, the expression, the way we say it will become very different from the way I recited my English poem. That's the difference.
Kuma Ahsas. Love that. Love that. So, any last words to your viewers?
I would once again say to my viewers, everyone who has talent should first thank the Almighty. And I am again so proud of this moment that I'm able to talk to the people of Bahrain and say, here is a resident of Bahrain who's representing you in the world, and saying, because Bahrainis love poetry too. Children love poetry in our school. So those are the words that come to me immediately at the moment. And I would once again love to thank the people who selected me for this award. I would like to tell all the women, yes, in my poem book, there are a lot of poetry which are about women empowerment. So I want to do two things through my writing: empower women and be an instrument of peace. We need peace in this world. So my words should bring peace to people who are feeling distressed. This poetry is calming. It gives you calm.
Right.
It gives you love. It gives you happiness. So that's what I want to do in future.
Well, we can't wait for that and looking forward for your future adventures with words in both Arabic. Okay, well, I will go say Hindi, but you never know. One day you're going to do the Arabic part too, I guess.
It's my dream.
All right, all right. Let's work on that, I guess. So in both Hindi and English. Well, bless you so much for being with us here on Bahrain Now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the beauty of words and poetry, all that took place in an interview with Navidita right here on Bahrain Now. Ladies and gentlemen, the students of AMA International School have proudly represented the country abroad by achieving outstanding wins at the International Children's Drawing Contest Generation of Independence, dedicated to the 30th anniversary of independence of the Republic of Kazakhstan, making us proud to have such a beautiful local talents being recognized internationally. With us in the studio are the winners themselves, along with their guides and mentors, Mr. Jesus and Mr. Sunny. Well, good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing?
Good evening, sir.
Fantastic, thank you.
Amazing. You called me sir. Wow. Like, yeah, let's go, sir. Just kidding. Just kidding. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful honor to have you with us here today.
Likewise.
And definitely, like, we're going to hear a lot about this achievements that you guys approached and managed to achieve and all of that. And it's beautiful to see that, you know, we got the winners and we got the mentors. We get to hear two sides of the story itself. So may I know, how did we all start this?
I have a couple of friends in the Central Asia. They wanted me to compete. And then during that time, it was totally like we're on lockdown. So I was thinking of having a second thought of if I were going to push through or not. Then I decided, okay, let's try. And then since it was online, then I decided, okay, let's join. Then I chose those artworks, and then I picked those artworks. We submitted around 20 artworks.
20. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
for grade 11 and 12 IB/DP.
Okay.
Visual arts. And then after 1.5 months, they emailed me and then they informed me that, okay, the following are the winners from Bahrain. When I tried to write the email, grand prize, first place and second place, I was totally amazing. I was having a static feeling that time. That's the moment I informed my coordinator as well as the students. So that's it.
Amazing, amazing. So how did you feel about, you know, representing Bahrain at this point here at AMA International School, and you being one of the mentors and guides? How did that all happen to you as well?
Well, it was just another day when I got the news, and I was really happy, really excited to hear that. You know, the students really shone in this event. Me being a coordinator, I introduced the subject in the school about 2 years ago, which is visual arts. It was not entirely new, but we are actually the beginners, you know, to adopt the subject in our school. So it was really surprising in a good way.
Okay.
That we received this news, and it was really nice to see the passion of the students being recognized, especially in a country which is broad.
Right.
And seeing the first and second prizes, I'm like, wow, it is something really cool. Yeah.
Right. What made you actually even introduce the art subject?
The children at AMA, they're always passionate. Like, we saw that energy, that fire inside the children. And what usually happens with kids is that most of it just goes unregulated.
Right.
So they just need a proper guidance and a way, a channel to channel all of that energy. And that's what visual arts does. It's like it brings all these students with so much raw energy, like which normally just goes to waste if you just like don't recognize the proper way to channel it. And then you bring them to something very creative, something that they can really, even the worst of things can actually seem really good in visual arts.
Right.
So this
Right.
is a really nice way for students to show their creativity and feel free to get those energy, the good vibes flowing, and then just put it all out there. So we felt that this would be a really good choice for students.
I feel the passion right now in your tone. It's like in all of that, you feel so proud of this.
Right.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Well, heading to the winners, how are you, champs?
Feeling good.
Great, great. So
I'm
tell us.
shocker as well because a couple of months back, Mr. just phoned me and he goes like, "Hey, Fad, remember this art piece you did? I'm gonna submit it to this competition which is being held worldwide." I had zero hope. I was like, "Go off, you can submit one or two." And then he goes like, "I believe in you, man." I was like, "Yeah, but then this isn't my best piece, He calls me yesterday. He goes like, "Ifad, we're gonna go on TV tomorrow. Get ready." I was like, "What?
Really?
What?" And then that's when I knew. I was like, everybody sees art in a different perspective. For me, this wasn't my best piece, but then for the judges over there, it was like they saw something in it which I couldn't see. So I feel like I'm taking things more seriously now.
Okay.
And it's been a pleasure.
All right. Didn't get to know your full name.
Ifad Ahmed.
Ifad Ahmed, great. So how is your parents right now
Uh,
feeling
they-
about this?
they- yeah, they were in a
receiving it?
shocker too because, I always did art from a very young age, and they knew that I had talent, and then I guess I made them proud by getting to this point of. I never thought I would get here to be honest, but then I always put in hard work. I was always that I always had that grind mentality. But I guess it paid off, and I look forward to doing more.
It surely
Inshallah.
did. It surely did. So to our next winner, please introduce yourself.
I'm Diane. Diane Belmonte.
All right, and tell us about your experience winning the competition.
Actually, Mr. just said, I will give your art piece for the Kazakhstan competition. I was like, oh, sure. I'm not really expecting much, but hey, exposure is good.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I'll go. So I didn't expect it, and I didn't expect anything. So when I got the news that you won the first prize, I was like, wow. Oh.
Come again? What?
Yeah, I was like just shocked because I didn't actually expect it because this art isn't something I'm really used with. I'm really used with like kind of character designs, animations, something like that. So this, I'm impressed, to be fair.
Amazing. I got a lot of questions going on here, definitely, but I would like to ask you, Mr. Ifad, as well. Tell us more about your painting. What does it represent? What is the concept behind it?
It's a very, very abstract painting. At first, I'll explain you the process.
Sure.
It's crayons, pastels. Something I've never worked with before, so which makes it like really abstract for me as well. So the background was filled with just random patches of colorful crayons and pastels, and then I overlined a figure of a woman with painting, and then it was a method taught me by Mr. Jazz, which was very new to me. So I had to make a woman's face with basically a stick. All I had to draw was lines,
Okay.
whether it be in circles, in waves. By the end of the day, I did what he taught me, I didn't like it at first, to be honest. I thought it was boring.
Like, what are you talking about?
And then
At
I
his
was like,
best.
and then now I'm here. I was like, whoa, man, I gotta listen to you from now. Yep, that's it for me. And
Okay.
now we have that.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jesus, for that. Appreciate you for that guidance. Okay, Deanne, tell us about your painting.
So my process is almost similar, but instead of just using one stick, I kind of use like some scrap, some forks, anything I could get my hands on, really.
Forks.
Forks, knives, like plastic ones.
So, okay.
Yeah.
How?
So basically, I did the same thing what Ifad did. I colored with crayons, and then I put a black paint. But I was like thinking, I don't want to just go with one stick. Let's just go with anything I can get my hands
Why
on that
not?
has sharp stuff. So I just kind of like felt it, and I was like, I'll just draw a figure.
Okay.
And it came from there. And when one line came, I had, oh, let's add more. Let's add more designs. So we got that piece.
All right.
To
Yes,
add it
sir,
up,
please.
to add it up to the following process, actually we call it in the visual arts etching.
Etching.
It's under the drawing and coloring technique, wherein aside you can use crayons, old crayons. You don't have to buy new ones. You can use the old ones that your son or your daughter or your siblings might use, and then cover it with another layer of paints.
Okay.
And then you can use a plastic knife, forks, or even a comb.
A comb.
Yeah.
Okay.
To
okay.
create designs and textures, and that illuminates a different perspective of, let's say, artistry or creativity.
Nice.
That's what I think
Nice.
they got the attention of the judges, because I believe that it's totally new to the Central Asian countries, wherein it is most dominated by painting, classical, still life, realism.
Right.
And also because this subject is pretty new, we had the difficulty getting the inventory. So Mr. Jess making use of whatever is available right there to just get the artwork done, that was like brilliantly done. Like total
Amazing.
respect for him, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I'm so sorry, sir.
Go
Because
ahead.
during the time, it's pandemic, so I don't want them to spend a lot of, money or for their materials. So I think of another idea or strategy wherein they can sustain their materials using those found objects or found materials on their home, like unconventional art, like for example, like kitchen utensils, or let's say turmeric powder, to name few.
Turmeric powder.
Paprika powder,
Okay.
and
Oh, wow.
this one, the paints, which is available, like you can have it like one piece of paint, you can do it.
Wow, I can only imagine. It's only medicine. And not only a painting, but it's also medicine as well. Going with herbal stuff. I love that. Love that. So now with all that's been going on, how important do you think it is, and feel free to all answer that, the visual arts during the pandemic?
Oh, sir, I always believe that art knows no boundaries. And as a visual art educator, I think it encompasses a different layers of, understanding.
Right.
That's why I think our school is giving them a platform. Aside from the curriculum itself, it gives them a platform, not just to showcase their talents, but of course to at least show to the world, or let's say to show to the community that we have something to offer to the world. As these young generations, I think they need it, not into the point that we're preparing for them for the future, but I think to use art as a tool for at least therapeutical,
Okay.
and to prepare them at least, of course, to be future competency, future literacy,
Right.
future ready, something like that, sir.
Amazing, amazing. So right now, from your perspective, sir, the representation of this competition to an AMA international school. So how was that adding value, pretty much, the
I
perception?
feel like this is the start of many good things yet to
Okay.
come. Yeah. So we knew there was talent. We knew students were passionate. We just didn't have an avenue to showcase that
Right.
until now. COVID, even though it has brought a lot of misfortune to so many people, God rest their souls, it has actually helped us to get exposure, and we will not waste this opportunity.
Amazing. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So right now, in your own words, what does this win mean to you, Diane?
This win? Well, I guess this win shows that anyone actually with the passion and talent, they can actually make it. It honestly depends on you.
Right? Right, you can actually make it.
Yeah.
If what?
For me personally, art was always a hobby for me, but then I feel like this win really, struck out, and
Right.
then this hit me really hard. I was like, damn, like maybe I could make something happen. And I'm
Okay.
taking it seriously, Inshallah, hope for the best. Surprise this country again, maybe.
All right, all right. You never know. You never know. We're very proud as it is, but
Likewise.
future achievements is always good.
Yep.
Love that, Mr. Jesus.
Well, what does this mean? A win means to us. Aside from being an art educator, I think it doesn't have to be like you have to be proud of yourself, but you have to remember that art is our daily lives. Whether we do cooking, baking, cross stitching, whatever you are doing, it's a part of our life, and it's art. And I think it's very important, and especially in this time, in these trying times, wherein people are bombarded with lots of emotion, personal issues. I
Right.
think art has a very pivotal. The word is pivotal for me because it doesn't give us only like an entertainment for ourselves, but I think it's time for us to know about the word like empowering young generations.
Right.
Also the same giving them a platform to boost their morale. That's what I think they need right now, and to put art not in a box, but you have to get out of your comfort zone
Okay.
and then try something which ignite passion or ignite or sparks creativity for the young generation. So it doesn't have to be that you have to be in a private school, or it doesn't have to be like in the kind of economic disposition, but art should be always a part of the cultural society. That's
Wow.
my point of view, sir.
You can write a book with that, definitely, to ignite passion and creativity. Beautiful. Mr. Sunny, what does this win mean to you and to the school?
Like I said, it's just the start. I'm really looking forward to what the rest of our students have in store. This one has actually inspired a lot of our current students.
Beautiful.
And we actually have these pieces right there, not to just show that, okay, this is our previous accomplishment, but this is what you can do as students. This is what you're capable of.
Yeah.
So it's about, getting that morale up, like Mr. Jess said. Especially in these trying times, a lot of people suffering. You need all of the positive energy that you can get, and that's what art can give you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, learning a lot here, being inspired at the same time, learning more about the art and its effects. Like I said, the word medicine applies beautifully here, definitely to the soul and to the emotions, to the even your mental health, I guess, at this point. So with that all being said, any last words, Mr. Sunny?
I just hope that both of you, both the students here, take this to the next level, and I'm sure, like definitely sure that they can do it. And this is like a good platform for them, to showcase the rest of their skill. And this is just a part of what they can do. There's so many things that they're still capable of doing. So I'm really excited to see like what the world and the future has in store for these two and for the rest of the students back at AMA.
Definitely. Mr. Jesus.
Okay, I want to talk to all the parents, or
Okay.
let's say to all the teachers or educators all over the world, or maybe in our country. If you see your child, or if you see your son or daughter or your student has something to say, something to showcase, something to flaunt, I think give them a space wherein they will going to learn. By learning, they will going to grow. By growing, they will going to become a successful one. In the field that they wanted to. You don't have to have that certain amount of money to have this kind of talent. It's just a matter of giving them a platform and a space to grow. I think that's what actually young learners should be, to give them a platform and a venue to flaunt their talents, because
Right.
these are the new generations that will going to embrace and encompass all those trials of our society right now.
Wow, wow, yeah. Pretty radical and pretty critical, that's for sure. Well, Ifad, last words.
More than anything, more than art in a canvas, what I admire the most is fashion designing. So with that, where I put like my creativity and all of that into like a t-shirt or like a hoodie or like a pair of jeans. And I've been running a clothing brand for like 1.5 years.
Oh, okay,
And then,
okay.
yeah, it's Ice Threads on Instagram.
We'll check that out.
For sure. And I guess I feel like this competition really boosted my confidence to carry on with that and take that seriously.
All right.
Yeah.
Love to
Thank
hear
you.
of that. Definitely, definitely. Well, Dan,
Well,
last words.
I guess first I'd like to always thank like my mentors firstly, because without them I wouldn't actually be here, as well as I wouldn't actually get to know more about like etching as well. But also, I guess the thing is, anyone can do it as well.
Well,
Not
beautiful.
one person, just anyone.
Well, beautiful. Thank you so much for this amazing achievement, for making it happen. Thank you so much for the guidance and the mentorship. And not only that, to showcase that it's not only about the win, but the process, the self, what it's going to achieve, the start of a beautiful thing. It can endeavor to beautiful stuff that can branch out to things you will never expect, but adds a lot of value to human personality, to a lot of things going on through art. So I want to say congratulations to the AMA International School for making this happen, and can't wait for more future and more achievements coming up ahead. It's been a pleasure having you here on Bahrain Now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Definitely a pleasure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, Bahrain is proud for this beautiful achievement by the AMA International School. All that took place in an interview right here on Bahrain Now. Well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed that episode as much as I did. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. And stay tuned for more happenings right here on Bahrain Now. I'm Bara Abdallah. Till next time, Bahrain. Good night and God bless.